Siren heads are mysterious beings characterized by their emaciated and towering bodies. They manifest in sounds similar to sirens and appear in odd places. Many people don't bother about the details of this creature since it's widely believed to be a cartoon character. However, shreds of evidence from many quarters prove otherwise. These 10 siren head sightings caught on tape leave much to be desired. Number 10. MORION sighting. MORION was out in the forest having fun, or maybe researching. Like cryptid hunters, he pays attention to details because he needs content to upload on YouTube. Thanks to people like him, we have pockets of evidence to convince everyone that siren heads are alive somewhere in the woods. As he moves past the cloudy woods, he hears strange, unidentifiable sounds. He's confused and decides to remain still to get to the bottom of it. He stations his camera at one point so that it captures every movement. Soon after he remained still, he saw a slender creature as thin as the tree in the forest. It moved from one tree to the other while making strange sounds. After he uploaded the picture on social media, he got reactions from users. While some said this sound was similar to the Chicago tornado sirens, others said it was real. We can't ascertain where this clip was shot, but I suspect it was in a forest in Chicago. MORION is convinced that the siren heads exist, but you have to find them to see them. Number 9. Saudi Arabia sighting. When we visit home, we enjoy the sense of safety, knowing that we may never be hurt as much as we could outside. Yes, there are exceptions, like we see in this video. This siren head sighting happened in Saudi Arabia and was filmed by a YouTuber. He was in a house when he heard an emergency weather broadcast. Broadcasts like this one are usual. But there was something off about this one. It was announced in English instead of the standard Arabic. The curious man had to step out of his house to see things for himself. He wanted to know how bad it was outside. I guess it's one of the siren heads' tactics to get innocent people out of their homes to deal with them. When this young man got outside, he thought his relative was playing a fast one on him, as he could hear inaudible sounds. He peered through the dark and saw an unidentified figure. It then dawned on him that he was in trouble, but it was already too late. Number 8. Australian sighting. This sighting occurred somewhere in Australia and has since generated reactions from across the world. While some don't see an atom of truth in it, others think it's worth considering. I'll leave you to watch and be the judge. A closer look at the creature reveals an animation that requires a few editing touches on the leg area to make it more fluid. It stands on the cloud with both arms partially visible. Soon the person filming hears a blare from the place where the creature was standing. But why would siren heads stick its head out of the clouds like that? Do they live there too? Before now, it was said that Australia was free from siren heads because not much was heard about the creature from that end. However, this clip and many more reveal otherwise. Back to my question. Do you think this sighting is real or was edited? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 7. Lake Ferguson, Greenland. The first ever siren head was sighted around the 1960s, and nothing was heard about them until the 1990s. This doesn't mean they were not around. It only means that people ignored them when they first appeared. Not only do they roam around forests, but they also love water. In this clip, you can see a similar figure making its way across the water. It's neither walking on water nor swimming, and someone is filming from a distance. It's unclear how this creature found its way to the lake, but paranormal researchers are sure about what they saw. Skeptics say it looks like an animated image carefully designed to get everyone talking, but I think otherwise. There could be some truths in the fact that this is another documented case of a siren head. Number 6. Paranormal World. A YouTuber called Paranormal World makes his way to the forest to discover something new. His job is to dig into the deepest parts of the forest where people dare not go and come out with details of his findings. This time around, he was amazed at what he saw because he had never seen something like that. He could hear the voices of children chatting so loudly. The problem isn't even that kids are having a fun time in the forest, but how the heck did they get there? Even adults wouldn't dare come too close to the forest. How much more would go so deep that they're not seen? It's unclear what they're saying, and this man is wondering what's going on. The voice becomes louder and scarier. More sounds begin to emanate from a distance, particularly one that signals that a siren head was around. The man is steadfast and wants to see how everything would play out. Sooner than he imagines, this slender-looking creature appears from a distance, and he's convinced it's a siren head. Number 5. DX Army. Cryptic hunting is a thing, and everyone who's ever thought of it has an aim in mind. For DX Army, he wanted to investigate if the siren head exists. He'd heard countless stories of the creature terrorizing the forest, and he didn't believe any of it. Even the 1995 raid didn't come to him like it was real. Therefore, he took his friends to the forest on a fact-finding mission. Everything seemed normal as the boys roamed around the forest until they began hearing voices. They were convinced they were the voices of smaller animals being bullied by larger ones, but it appeared that there was more to the sound. They soon start hearing sounds of someone calling for their help, but it doesn't seem like a human being. When did animals start talking? And how were they supposed to salvage the situation? The confused boys then realized that they were at the point of no return and couldn't do anything at that point. He was convinced that there was more to the siren head than meets the eyes. Number 4. RICHIEROO'S sighting. Whether or not you believe in siren heads, you have to give others who believe a chance to explain themselves. RICHIEROO is one man who believes that this creature exists and has since been scouting for evidence around him. One lucky morning, he woke up to some details he was eager to share with the world. He saw an unusual thing on the roof of his neighbor's house and thought to film it. There are many roofs around his neighborhood, but this stands out because a siren head seems to be sitting on it. While you may argue that the area protruding from the roof is part of the roof, you can't help but agree that the affected roof is different from all of the roofs. From the creature's description, we know they have a thin neck with 2 small poles at their head. It appears that it sees the roof as comfortable and tries to blend in during the day while hunting at night. Unfortunately, one man has gotten wind of this trick and exposed it. Number 3. The security siren head. The man in this video wanted to investigate a local forest for some reason best known to him. Knowing that a trip like that at night spelled danger, he came prepared. As he makes his way into the forest, he sees signs warning him not to trespass, but the warnings don't make sense. He must actualize his aims for the journey. As he draws closer, he sees blood splatters on the floor. It was then he realized that something terrible had happened, and maybe could still happen if he wasn't careful. He continues to move until he pauses for a while to listen to a siren sound from a distance. It was then that he saw a siren head watching him as though it was guiding the facility. The frightened man hid in an enclosure where he felt safe. We don't know how he managed to get out of the situation, but it does appear that the siren head didn't hurt him. And to our best pick, even if you don't believe in siren heads, you'll be forced to take a second look at this footage. You may have to rethink watching this. Number 2. The knackered siren head. Here's another footage that proves the existence of a siren head. Even though skeptics want to know more about it, we still find it exciting to watch. It was recorded in an unknown forest and captured a strange creature believed to be a siren head, chasing after the cameraman. Well, it didn't seem like the man was one to fear at every slightest provocation, or else we would have seen him shatter the camera and run for his life. The animal seemed to be hidden among one of the trees when the man saw him. This then resulted in a chase from the animal, who didn't want to be disturbed. We can't help but admit that the video quality is top-notch compared to the others on this list. But something doesn't add up. One of them is that the camera looks too stable for someone chased by a creature that can kill him. Also, the clip is too short to analyze and determine if the claims were valid. Regardless of what you think, there is a siren head in that footage, and it counts as a sighting. Number 1. The local siren head. This footage leaves much to be desired. First, siren heads mostly live around abandoned properties and forests, but this one chose to appear in broad daylight. Of course, skeptics are quick to jump to this one, saying that there is no iota of truth to the claims. But we can't say much. The footage shows a man searching around his neighborhood for a strange noise, only to confirm that the sound was from the infamous siren head. It was baffling that the creature moved past the windmill, and no one, not even the drivers plying the route, can detect it. Everyone went about their business as usual and didn't budge. It was later discovered that the video was overrated, and that the clip was part of the sequel released by Paranormal World's YouTube channel. Therefore, the image you saw was exaggerated and somewhat fake. There you have it. These are the 10 times siren heads appeared on our screens. Feel free to tell us about your experience with this creature. Do you believe they exist? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tick that little bell. Stay updated with our latest content. Until another scintillating episode, adios.